guys, so in today's tutorial we are going to be creating an Instagram carousel. I'm wondering what an Instagram carousel is. Instagram carousel are a set of slides of photos trying to display a particular message or information to your audience. So we're going to be creating a carousel today. The standard size for width and height for Instagram carousel is 1080 by 1080. So we're going to be creating a 5-slide carousel. So our width should be 1080 times 5. So 1080 times 5, that is 5,400. And for our height, that is 1080. So make sure it's in landscape, resolution 300, and then click on create. Once we have done that, the first thing we're going to do is to add our guideline. Yeah, it's very important. So come to new guide layout, and that's our guideline first. Then we'll add columns. So delete this and set our number of columns to 5. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we'll click on OK. So once we have done that, so next thing we're going to be doing is to add our background. So we're going to be using kind of like a blue background. So we're going to create a rectangle to fill our workspace. So change the color to blue color. Just use a light blue. This is a darker blue. Come to our color swatch and take it up a little bit, down small, and yeah, this should do. So first of all, let's lock this back. Let's lock our rectangle. Then we'll zoom into this part. If you're using a mouse, you can hold Alt on Windows or Option on Mac and roll your scroll wheel while holding Alt and to zoom into the particular place where your mouse is pointed. But for other guys that are using our touchpad, what you're going to do is hold Alt and you can zoom in using your 2 fingers on your touchpad. So next, first we're going to be adding shapes to our design. So first of all, click and draw a rectangle of this size and drop it just here. So change the fill to a white color and add a stroke to it. Add like a orange stroke to it, and we can come and add a radius to it. Radius 20. Click on our tick mark and select this. So next we're going to do, we'll move to our next page. Make a copy of this image and place it here. Move to our next page and place the image at the bottom. This square at the bottom here. You can choose to increase the size of it. To increase mine. Yep. And drop this here. Do the same thing for this other shape here. Increase the size and drop it here. So click on our tick mark. So let's go to the next page. So we have 2 pages left. So make a copy of this and drop one up here and to make this wider and place it here. Then as you can see, we've placed our images. We're not going to place we've placed our rectangles. We're not going to place a rectangle on this last page. Let's go to our first page and start adding our text and images. But before that, we're going to be adding like a sort of pattern design to our work. So let's scroll up. We're adding this shape to our design. So place this here, design. So click on this link icon and reduce the size. Yeah, this is okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to place one at this part of our design, click on our tick mark. So let's come and change our color to a white color. So come to our color overlay and change it to a white color. And click on OK. As you can see, it's a white color. So hold Alt, click and drag. Sorry. Let's zoom in a bit. And hold Alt and click and drag to make a copy of this. Then you can zoom out a bit, scroll up, and start adding them to your design page by page. We set it adding them in like the middle of your page. So place one here. Move on to the next page. Then make a copy of this. Control J. Then click and drag. And place one just on top here. Yeah, it's okay. So Control J again. And move to the next page. And click and drag. And place it at the bottom here. Move on to the next page. It's our last page. Control G and click and drag. Click and drag. Sorry, didn't copy that. Control J and make a copy of this and drop it at the top just here. So let's go to our first page and start adding our text. So create a text box here and type how to enhance your skill. Click on Ctrl A, change the color to a white color, and click on our tick mark. Okay, then we'll change this to a Montserrat medium. Let's make it a Montserrat regular. Then we'll change this to a Montserrat semi-bold. Montserrat semi-bold. Yeah, that's okay. Click on our tick mark. Then we can now align it here. So once I've done that, we can now add like some kind of text to our design at the bottom here. So click here and I'll type 2 and draw a text box again to fill this length here. And just going to copy some text. And place it into our work. Create our text box and paste our text inside. So reduce the size to 8 points and reduce the line spacing and change it to auto. As you can see. And change it to a Montserrat regular. I'll still reducing the size to 6 points. See, there we have it. Click on our tick mark. And what we're going to do, we're going to align this together because alignment is key when designing. It makes your work look very arranged. So we'll place this here. You can set up our guidelines aligning it for us. So we'll leave this just here and be adding the image of this first page. What you do, you click on this square, then we'll add our first image. Adding this image here and drag it into the background. Once I've done that, you can see this is our image. So we're going to link this together and reduce our size. reduce our size. What we're going to do, we're going to drag this and drop this here directly above our. So click on our tick mark. If I've done that, you can see it's directly above the rectangle we created. So that's why I say we should click on the rectangle first. So you create a clipping mask. And there you have it. Our image is where we wanted it. So we can still reduce the size to bring more detail of our image into the clipping part we created for it. So click on our tick mark and yeah, we'll place that there. So moving on to our next page, you can just decide to change this to probably, let's just change it and make it a medium. Try to be clearer for people to read. So yeah, that's okay. And if you notice, we're aligning our text to the right. So moving on to the next page. I'm going to start adding our text. So just add the main point. So click number 1 and type 1 and type no. You can enter and type problem. Change the small letter. So once you have done that, we're going to select everything and increase the font size. This is an 18 point. Yeah, that's better. So make this into a semi-bold because that's the main message we're trying to pass out. Once I've added that, click on our tick mark. You can see that's where it is. So we'll make a copy of this text. Come to our move tool and click on it. Then hold Alt, click and drag. Sorry, let's place this first. So hold Alt, then we'll click and drag. When you hold Alt, you saw that shape that was there. So let's come here, come to our type tool. Let's move to the right a bit. Come to our type tool. Then we'll expand this here like this. And we'll reduce the height. While it's still expanding it, reduce the height of the text box. So have little detail. So I'm going to place this just here and click on our tick mark. So this is just a text that we just add. It's not the main subject of not explaining what we're doing. So we're just making a simple design. So the next thing we're going to be doing, we're going to be adding our image for this part. So I'm going to click on this image and drag it into our background. So this is our image. Forget to link this together. And reduce the size. Then we'll click and drag it up here. Okay, let's increase the size. Make it bigger. Make it bigger and place it just here. So what we're going to do, we're going to come and place it. Click on your tick mark first. I'm going to come and place it directly above the rectangle. The second rectangle of the second page. So let's scroll down. You can see it's second rectangle, place it above it and create a clipping mask. As you've seen. So we're going to repeat this step for the remaining page. I'm going to do this quickly and come back. I'm going to pause the video. I've done that. As you can see, I've added the other text to our background. You can see I've added the other text and images. So what we're going to be doing next, we're going to be adding our last page. So for that, I'm going to come here, click on our type tool, and click and type follow us for more of this content. So in this text we added, we're going to be using center alignment, as you have seen. Then we change our font size. Let's bring it big. Okay, that's too big. Let's keep it at 16. Yeah, 16 is okay. So place this here. Place this here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it a Montserrat semi-bold. So yeah, there we have it. So after I've done that, we're going to reduce the line spacing for this. Let's change our line spacing to 14. Yeah, that's okay. So click and drag it. Yeah, it's okay here. So I'm going to add a rectangle box. Draw. So we're going to add a radius to our design. Let's come here and change the color to a white color. Come back and add radius. Let's make it 15. Let's make it 25. Yeah, that's okay. So once we have that, try and align to the center of this. You can see, yeah, this is our center. So notice now center. Let's bring this outside here. Yeah, so we're going to align this to the center of this. So once we have that, what we're going to do is going to add our Instagram handle. So let's type Instagram handle at Crown Lawrence. Yeah, Control A. You can use yours for this design. So change this to a black color. Yeah, we'll now align our text up here. So I'm going to reduce the size to 14 pixels. Just bring it down a little to 11. So yeah, that fits perfectly. So I'm going to click on our tick mark and add this here. So what we're going to do, let's move this to the right a little bit. Move our text to the right a little bit. Then just make this text box a little bit thinner and a little bit wider. So let's add space and yeah. Now tick mark and drag this here. So once we have done that, the next thing we're going to do, we're just going to add like an Instagram icon to this, and for Instagram icon, and yeah, drag this into our design. Click on this and resize your icon. So done that, we'll bring this down to the bottom here and still resize it again to make it fit into our design. You can zoom in, it's able to see very clearly. Then we'll drag this and drop it here. Yeah, perfect fit. So we'll just try and move it up a little bit, move it to the right a little bit, and click on our tick mark, and there we have it. So click on 0, see, this is our carousel design. Then we can come to the top here and choose to add a logo to this part here. So let's just come and add a shape. Let's use this, place it here. So reduce the size, link this together, and reduce the size. Reduce the size. So we'll be adding this logo here. So resize it. to make it small. Just place it on top of here. Still make it smaller a bit. Then come to our edit, transform, and flip horizontal. And click on our tick mark. And just add the text for our logo name. Dashboard Flash Store. That's okay. So we'll make it Montserrat extra bold and position it just here and change the color to a white color. Click on OK. So click on our tick mark and zoom out to 0. You can see this is just a typical simple Instagram carousel. If we want, we can change our background color or design. But for us to make our work clean, what we're going to do, we're going to group this together. Let's group our images and square together. So select all of them and press Ctrl G and group them. Then for our shapes that we added, this design that we added, we're going to group them together. So group this together, and you choose to name it, double tap and just put striped circles, and yeah. Then for the text, group them together too. So just group them, Ctrl G, just type text. Next one, group the logo together, and Ctrl G and type logo. So you can see we've organized our work very clean. You can see if I remove this, remove our image, remove this, remove our shapes, remove this. See, very simple. Make our work organized. So after we're done with that, we can choose to change our background color as I said. So let's just unlock this and change our background color. So to do that, let's come to our color overlay. And instead of opening color overlay, you can just come to our rectangle tool here, and you see, come here and change the color. So let's use an orange. Yeah, and finish. Very simple and very classy logo. Instagram carousel. And I'm going to show you guys how to save this page by page. So what we're going to do, let's save it as a project first. Save it as IG carousel and save it. So see it's saving at the bottom here. So wait for it to finish saving. When it's done saving, we'll come to, first of all, let's come to our view and lock our guides. So we'll come here and come to our crop tool. To click on it. So what you're going to do, we're going to crop it to this part here. You have seen, crop it to this part and click on our tick mark. So as you have seen, we have cropped it. So what we're going to do, we're not going to save it. You can choose to go back here and choose Ctrl Z and go back to your design. So you can just choose to crop it and uncheck this back so that it's not delete what you have cropped. So you uncheck it and you're going to start cropping. You click on crop tool. You can just simply come here, smooth to your right, and crop it. And that's why these guidelines are needed. It will help you to arrange it page by page. You see, it snaps to the guideline. So move to this side and click on enter. So once you have done that, here we have it. Then we can choose to save it. come and press save as. Then just type page 1 and save it as a JPEG format and click on save. When we click on save, this option to come out again and you click OK and make it maximum. So what we're going to do again, come back to our tool here, and you can see as you bring it out, it will move it out. So what we're going to do, we're going to click this, sorry, we're going to click and expand it to this second page here, and we'll drag this from here and place it. You can see, place it here. Make sure you snap this to your guideline. Snap this here. So you've seen, just keep repeating this step and keep repeating and saving all of them. Then you will have your Instagram carousel that you can post on Instagram. And this is the end of the tutorial video, and I'll see you guys again. Bye.